Good morning, everybody, and happy Friday. Yo, it's Friday. That's sick. What's up, everybody? If you're here with me on the YouTube chat or here in Discord, go ahead and say what's up. Let's see who's with us this morning. We have Brian Tech Maestro, Dr. Purple Abe, Ez Redberg, Brian D. Will Run, Shady Lady Raymond. What's up, buddy? Mike, good morning. Richard Dips Chang, Trader Steve, Mark O in the building, Billy Endo, Jesse James, Ripper Trader, Barefoot Greenback, K Dogger, Barrows, Sunrise Driver, Lifestyle Freedom, Lendez, Mark Hammond, Marco Marson, TMP3, Giovanni, Mike Bug, Dev Raj, Jeff Trinidad, JP, Luna Trades, Fat Guy, Mark, Astrid, Sam, Trader Page, Diana, Monkey Trades Futures, DeBeast, Gringo El Diablo, Mike. Good morning, WD, Xander, Goat, James, Taffern, Gold Chess Club, LG, Flyer, Jim, Cabo, SW, Gary. Good morning. What's up? Noah Schwartz, Envert, Chino, Billy Endo, Ricky, Eric, Richard, Jai Inv, Dips, WD, Xander. Good morning. What's up? Well, no trades this morning, obviously, because there wasn't to trade. Even the folks that usually trade Globex, did you folks trade anything? You see anything? It's a pretty uneventful morning, right? What's up, James Smith? Welcome. Anybody see anything? I feel like SW nailed it, right? SW probably nailed it. He probably made like 80 grand or something like that. Traded and getting a payout today. Nice, Julius. That's my guy right there. That's awesome. Wow. Coming right back down there, 465 all the way down to 454. Oh my goodness. And Mr. Kofifi did well. Yeah, sounds about right. The London, I guess we could call them Jack the Ripper, right? Because they just murder the London session. Amazing shorts off a downward trend line. I mean, I don't know. I'm not seeing that. I'm seeing kerfufflation station over here. Look at this. I'm just seeing a little windy snake just doing its thing here. Maybe I'm missing something, but it just kind of Rips, I've kept that fact secret for a couple hundred years. You're also a vampire. You're going to live forever. Yeah, that's crazy. The London All-Stars, tell me, right? Ran hot overnight? Where was the trade? I mean, what was it? Long in that, short in that, long in that, short in that, long, short. I mean, that when I look at that chart, I just go, yeah, I'm good. Especially when it's like kind of not respecting the levels so well. Woke up from London, but didn't see much. All this talk about London makes me want like a nice A5 London broil from Delilah. Now that's a London I can get behind. What's up, Coach Hoop in the building here? Roll time? Yeah, that's what's going on. You know what makes today even worse as far as like trading goes? I'm starving, dude. We're doing Jean George's tonight. I'm excited for that one. Haven't been yet. I've heard very good things. It's not that hard to get into, but it's supposedly pretty dang good when it comes to steakhouses. So I'm excited for that one. It's over at the Aria. But yeah, as far as trading goes today, it's kind of a little bit of a letdown. And this usually happens the Friday before FOMC. Usually. Sometimes we get some stuff, but there ain't anything going on today in the way of news except for one single event. Anybody know what it is? There's one single news event today that actually matters. Without looking, anybody actually know? Come on, somebody. Anyone. There's one big news event today. And I'm not. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, G-Lines Trader. Yep. Look at you folks. See? This is why we're the best community. You folks are on the ticket this morning. That's it. University of Michigan sentiment. But it's the preliminary read for September. It's the first tickle. It's not even like the big one. You know, obviously the big one comes at the end of the month. But that's it. You know, like as a trader, you want to have some stuff. There's some international data. There's an import price index for the U.S., but Canada stuff coming out too. But it's not important. Nobody's going to care about that. Like the import price index, nobody cares. Nobody's going to be trading like NASDAQ heavily. Like, oh, did you see the import price index? Let's hit the NASI. Maybe the Dow, but I mean, I just don't see that moving the market all that much. That's going to be released alongside the Canadian like sector data that, again, it's not really NASI, not even S&P stuff. So, I'm just really not expecting all that of an eventful morning. And based on this price action, like, let me zoom in like real, now it looks like we did some stuff, but still just, I don't know if I'm going to be trading all that much this morning, which means I got to give away some stuff. I got to give away some because it's Friday, right? That's what I got to do. Rips, Dakota's been doing great as a host. Dude, I tell you what, Dakota has been killing it this week. Did you folks catch Nick for a Tick yesterday? Did you see that episode? That was good. That was good TV right there. I feel like Dakota's been doing an awesome job as a host. Morning Vibe Trade. What up? Tops Up X is so slow. Yeah, he's working his tail off. I tell you what, Coach Hoop nailed it. Yeah, it's, it's cool to see, like, he's really a good host. I mean, I didn't have any doubt in my mind, but, like, I had pretty high expectations. He kind of broke the glass ceiling on those things. Kind of crazy. Whole week has been awesome. I mean, if I was Michael Patak, I'd be very happy with the fact that Coach Dakota has been slaying it this whole week. Been crazy. Just for Clubhouse, but maybe want DBA to have his own channel. I know, right? He's so good. So good. He's doing slow markets, doing fast markets, doing everything in between. It's crazy. People don't realize how hard it is to do 7-8 hours of talking. I do meetings all day, and after 5 hours, I'm drained. Yeah, it's nuts. Which, again, is like folks who give Andre hate. Like, dude, you tried doing what he does day in and day out and dealing with a bunch of negativity in chat. How has chat been? Because I actually haven't had chat open. I've just been, like, checking in on my phone, popping it on my TVs here at my house. How has chat been treating the Dakota streams? I feel like it's probably pretty good because, I mean, what haters really got to be clocking in the hours if they're tuning in for that stuff. All fire, people love them. Yeah, there you go. That's what I would expect. Yeah, I mean, hopefully we can keep that rolling in the next week and have, like, I feel like people are loving this format too, where it's just like focused heavily on the trades, not so much on the memery and stuff. Like, memes are fun. They have their place, but I feel like we should turn down the memes, turn up the education and the trading and the actual, like, market stuff. I feel like that's what people want to see, especially, like, if you're trading on Top Step, you're taking this pretty seriously, right? So I feel like, maybe there's something to see from this, right? People want this. Yeah. See, that's what I'm saying. People want this stuff. What's Coach Dakota's other superpower? Awesome trader, great host, great teacher. He's everything. He's everything there. What up, Rips? You must be one hell of a poker player, man. Hey. In our private game, I was just talking to SW about this. In our private game, since I moved to Vegas here, I have booked 38 sessions. 36 winning sessions. Holy smokes! 36 winning sessions, 2 losing sessions, 38 total sessions. Insane. One guy told him he was gambling. Well, that guy got schooled out there quickly. Don't tell Dakota he's gambling. Dakota's like the anti-gambler. I've never seen Dakota gamble except for, like, maybe the trade that he put on that blew his live account was, like, a little bit, but, like, I mean, it was just a weird situation. It's not even gambling. He was taking shots, right? You see the gap on the Swiss franc, crude oil and gold on a rocket ship in WW3, rumors inbound by the dip. Hey, could be. I'm not a currency trader myself, but could be. I don't know about the WW3 stuff, though. This is exactly why we tune into Top Step. I truly hope they take notes and at least stick to this more and some of less of what they do. Yeah, I mean, that's the thing. We were talking about this yesterday. It's driven by the community. So if the community gets behind what we're seeing right now, then, hey, we're going to see some good stuff. That's what I think there. Bro, let me bankroll you and take down Vegas. Yeah, I'm good. I appreciate the offer. Each day you do have a market bias or you change as the market moves. I change as the market moves, and it's usually driven by data. I'm a data-dependent trader. I'm a data-driven trader. I like trading the events themselves, but today we don't have much news outside of what's coming at 10. So, Rips, how long has Dakota been trading with Top Step? I think he started right around the same time as I did. I got to check with him. I don't want to speak out of turn for him. Good morning, KG Dannon. Welcome, Mike Buck. Anybody know when Dakota started trading on Top Step? Myself, I started trading on Top Step in July of 2023. So I'm just over a year. I'm a year and 3 months, or 2 months. Sorry. A year and 2 months. Dakota should be trading the house account, not tiny micros. That's what we did this week, though. He took a trade on the house account, and then I took that trade, and I f***ed it up. He made $5K, and then I went and I lost like $12K, and then I made $20K. So there you go. Are you ever going to have a marketplace meetup? Yes. When Top Step gets back from vacation, we're going to be trying to hammer down dates. You know what's really cool about this? It's not only going to be me doing a meetup, it's going to be Dakota and I doing a meetup in Vegas, which is going to be a live trading session, education session, and then some fun stuff to do in Vegas, like eat some good food, maybe race some cars, maybe go skydiving, shoot some guns. I don't know. Who knows? But that's the plan. We're just trying to hash it out right now. So it'll be myself, Dakota, some Top Step TV people out in Vegas, doing some like live trading, doing some strategy sessions in person. I don't know when it's going to happen though, but we're working on it. We're hashing out some details here. So it's going to be pretty cool. I know you can't show all of your tricks, but how do you pick your levels? You're always right on. It's a proprietary formula that I developed over the years. It's something that if you like the little hint that I give out is that the levels come from the options market. So if you pay attention to the options market, you can correlate some order flow and some things that are going on. So there you go. Why would he want to trade the house account when he can make money on his own account? That's true. I feel the same way. But also, there's a time and a place where, trading the house account is good for TV and, there you go. Do you bleep out your bad words? Does YouTube do that automatically? It's AI that does that. It's AI. I like you, Rips. You remind me of when I was handsome. Oh, thank you, Dodge Halls. Appreciate that. If I'm logged into Rhythmic with all the settings correct, why can't I log into Ninja? Turn off. What is the thing? What's the setting called? Turn off. Blah, 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 blah. What is it called? Plug-in mode. Turn off plug-in mode. Or turn it on. If you have Rhythmic open, plug-in mode should be on. If you have Rhythmic turned off, then turn off plug-in mode. Can't see Dakota owning a gun? What do you mean? You crazy? He's a country boy. Of course he's owning a gun. Yeah, yesterday's levels were juicy, right? If you checked on my Twitter, you used my levels. We got that bottom tick, and then we went to the top of the levels. Like we had the bottom and the top of the NQ planned out before the day happened. Jeez. How about that for some iced tea? Huh? A little bit of that icy stuff. You put a couple cubes of ice in a glass of tea. We call that some icy tea, right? Hey, who's got the levels now, right? Locking the account is the best feature for me. Yeah, I love it. I love it. If you toggle between Top Step and Apex, that plug-in mode is different for each. Yeah, I don't know. I trade on Top Step. I don't know. He's from Iowa? No, he's not from Iowa. I don't think, at least. Maybe he is. I don't know. You're going to have to ask him. I love the lockout feature in Top Step X. Is really helpful. I feel like that feature has saved so many people from blowing their accounts or giving back profits on the day. Did you post your levels today on X? I don't see them. Nope. But they are in the morning memo, as they always are. They're in the memo in Clubhouse. Maybe I'll do like a once a week post on X or Twitter, posting the levels, but that's how it goes. You get those levels, you get the top and bottom of the market before it even happens, before price is delivered. Whatever they say. You know how I do that, right? I wrote the algorithm for the market. And I can't share this with you for too much because I will get kidnapped, but I wrote the algorithm for the market. And instead of being a trillionaire on an island, I spend my time on X, typing to people. Rips, in the Clubhouse, do you do levels for other contracts? Get this, check this out. In the morning memo, every single day, we have levels for the SPY, Triple Qs, Apple, Microsoft, NVIDIA, Google, Meta, Tesla. We also do a little final word section that talks about what to expect in the news for the market. And then every single day, you get the S&P levels, you get the NQ levels. And then every single Monday, you get crude, gold, Dow, and the Russie. Whoo! All those levels, just, there's f***ing levels everywhere. It's insane. Rips, how to learn to read Bookmap like you do. So, the way that I taught myself is that Bookmap has a built-in screen recording feature. And all I would do is that with the gift of hindsight, I would go back to certain areas of the market when there's like a big volatility event or a news release. And I'd go back and I'd watch it. And they have a feature built into Bookmap where you can watch it at like 0.25x speed, 0.5x speed. And I would go back and I'd watch these volatility events, and I watch to see like, what is it looking like on the time and sales? What is that looking like when it's printing to Bookmap? What does that look like, right? And just by watching it over and over, my brain would pick up on pattern recognition. It would build those patterns in my brain. And before you know it, I mean, it was like a year-long process. For the first, like every single 3 months, I thought I had it. I'd figured it out. I still get false positives all the time from Bookmap. It's not like I can't predict the market exactly what's going to happen. And there's some times where the order flow is like totally screwing with you. But for the most part, it was helpful to commit these things and these patterns and these things that were happening on Bookmap and committing that to my memory, and then just trying to do what I saw in replay mode, trying to do that in real time with Bookmap. And over time, you just kind of see certain things. And it was very helpful to use Bookmap alongside like small caps, large caps. I wouldn't just do this with futures. Bookmap was originally created for futures, but I used it heavily. I was one of the first people, like I didn't know anybody using Bookmap in the first place. For equities, I was one of the first people to use it for equities. And then like I told a couple of people about it, and they're like, dude, wow, this is amazing. But I used to do it when I'd trade equities and I could see certain things. And so like you could see like before a small cap would do an offering or before that offering was announced, you could see certain things happening. And it was crazy. It was crazy. And you start to see certain things, you start to see certain patterns. But the stuff that I would see happening in equities is similar to what I would see, like what does a blow off top look like in the NASDAQ or the S&P? What does a dump look like into a floor? Where is the floor being caught? Where's a fake floor? Certain things that you're looking for in equities would kind of happen in futures as well. So it's like kind of the bleed over of the two. I've traded all these different asset classes. I've traded very limited FX, a lot of equities, a lot of options, and now a lot of futures. All of these things together created a beautiful thing where I took little pieces and nuggets from all of these different things, and it allows me to see the market the way that I do it. I'm wrong all the time, though. I'm wrong often, right? I'm wrong very often. It's not like I can see Bookmap and all of a sudden I know exactly what's going to happen. It just gives me a better idea on what I'm looking for. But mainly it's all, if you're going to ask me like, oh, how do you learn Bookmap? It's all very contextual, right? So like I'm taking what happened as far as like a news release at 8:30. I'm taking what that data was, taking what happened like this week in the market, what's coming up next week, where we are in price, when was the last time we were auctioning around this price, what was happening, what's going on with the other equities in the market. And this is why it's like, oh, well, how do I learn to trade? Anybody like is a newer trader, how do I learn how to trade? Well, you got 10 years of your time to give me? I'll teach you in 10 years. It's time and experience in the market. It's all of these things. And that's why it's like, well, how'd you know that this was going to happen? Well, it's like you have to know all these different like pieces. And then even still, you're going to take that. I'm wrong all the time. You folks see it like all the time. I'm wrong all the time. I'll take a trade and be like, oh, there's no way they're going to sell it from here. And then they go, brrr, I blow a combine or whatever the case. And it's like, I look like an idiot, you know? But I still will show it. I'll still show it start to finish. But I have like a good idea now of what I think is going to happen. And then I can trade around that trade idea. At the end of the day, if I could say to you, that it's going to be 50-50 every time. You're going to put on a trade, it's going to be a winning trade or a losing trade. If I could guarantee you that it's 50-50, I would take that bet, because then I can control on a 50-50 flip if my 50-50 is going to be a longer trade or a shorter trade, meaning that the extension of that trade, am I going to let it work? And on the 50-50 shot, are my winners going to be bigger than my losers? Can I control my downside on my losers? And that's sort of the name of the game. Take everything you know, take all of your skills at reading the order book, take whatever it is, if you're a technical trader, taking your perfect setup, if you're an order flow reader, waiting for order flow to do exactly what you're looking for. But then furthermore, like where the hack is once you have that trade on, make the winning trades a larger risk reward than your losing trades. Like try on your losing trades to lose a small amount, try on your winning trades to win a big amount. I'm just trying to like dumb it down as much as possible here, but it's like when you get to the point of like understanding that your trade is on, it's all risk management. Where people I see fumbling is that they get a green trade on and then they're like, green, I got to get this thing off. I got to get paid. And it's like, and then it goes and they're missing out on all these profits, right? I feel like you're the best trader in the world. Yeah, right, dude. Not even close. Not even close. I'm just a dude on YouTube talking. Like I never say I'm like, I'm the greatest trader in the world. Yeah, right, dude. No, I just been doing this for a long time. And I feel like that's a lot of experience to have, and you see certain things and that allows you to do certain things. And, how do you take big losses, or how do you get through losing days? It's like, you just do them so often. Not that big of a deal. You just kind of get through it. I've never even come close to like what my biggest losing day of all time was. Like I've never even come close to that ever since that happened. The closest I wasn't even like 1/10 of that size on my last biggest losing day. And so it's like, you get through it. It's a process. You just get through it and you just fight with it. Same thing goes for winning days. I haven't even come close to like whatever my biggest winning day was. Trying to think, like I got over 10% of like my second, like closest in time, like my last biggest winning day was at least 10% of what my most profitable day of all time was. But so yeah, it's literally just time and experience. It's time and experience. It's time and experience. If you want to get good at trading, show up every single day and don't get married to the results of a day. And I know it's a tall order because I used to get super emotional about the results of a day. And like it would cost me because it's like I would have a big day. Like let's just use whole numbers here. I have a $10,000 day. Next day I'm up like $4,000. And instead of me locking up for $4,000 and all of the market opportunities are gone, I'm sitting there, I'm saying, well, I made $10,000 yesterday. I should be able to make $10,000 a day. And then I make that $4,000 winning day, and there's no opportunities left in the market. Trade. 4,000 goes to 2,000, goes to 1,000, goes to 0, goes to negative 10,000. You're like, dude, what did I just do? And then you're like, oh, well, I'm only down 10,000. I made 10,000 yesterday, so I'm basically flat. Let me keep going. And then you do all these crazy psychological things as a trader. But how do you get through that? You do these things enough times, and it's like, oh, okay. I shouldn't do that anymore. You start to learn like the market doesn't produce infinite possibilities and infinite like profitable scenarios. And when you do get profit, you're thankful for it. It's like one of the things that I learned to get tilted from early on was like winning, and then like having like a semi-winning day. It would be tilting to me for some reason, and then I'd just go off the rails. One of the things I can't stand that people say now where they're like, oh, I only made $800 today. Well, dude, if I lost 90K yesterday, you're up 90,800 more than I am, Like every single winning day in the market is like, you should be happy about it. I don't care if it's $1. I don't care if it's $100 or whatever the case. Like you clicked a couple buttons and you made some profit. That's great. Like yesterday, I made $1,600. By no way is that like, oh my God, it's sick, amazing. You're just like, yeah, great. I'm happy. Yesterday was not my day, right? Yesterday, I almost got chopped to pieces. I was up like 2,000. Then I was like basically flat. And then I was down like 2,000. And then I finished the day up $1,600. And I was like, this ain't my market. Chandi, what's up, buddy? It was my biggest winning day. It was 7 figures, mid 7 figures. It was a good day. It's trading options, multi-day swing. I think you might know about that one, but use mental stops, old school. Yeah, I can't do mental stops. I used to think I could do mental stops too. But no, can't do mental stops. I stopped doing that a long time ago. I put a stop on my mental stops. Yeah, I learned that there was a day on Tesla where I thought I could do mental stops. And I went from I was up like $7,000 on the day. And then I had like an $80,000 losing day on Tesla. It was trading the equities too. I'm like, I can't go any lower. And Kimball Musk was like, hold my beer, I'm short. It was stupid. It was just stupid because it's like, oh, I'll stop out when I'm down 10. Okay, well, I'm down 10. I'll go for 20. Oh, I'm down 20. Whatever. I'll go for 40. Here's 40. You just keep digging and digging. And then like by the time it's like all over. I mean, if the market would have stayed open, like after hours, it just kind of stopped. But like if the market would have like continued bleeding, I probably would have lost more. But it was just like, wow, you're an idiot. King of the idiots. But yeah, I don't do that anymore. And thankfully, like with Top Step, it's like awesome that you don't have to worry about that because you have your hard stops. If you folks are trading without the daily loss limit, I think you're crazy. Daily loss limit will save you. You know, it's crazy. Yeah, can't go any lower. Famous last words of a trader, right? It's crazy. It's crazy. So comfortable when I'm upside down on a trade, but when I see profit, I foam at the mouth. Yo, what's up, Nick for a Tick? My man. Nick for a Tick, great job yesterday, by the way. Killed it. Such a fun show. So awesome seeing you on there. Just, you guys were in your element. I love it. But yeah, it's crazy. By the way, there's your import price index. And what a shock. Nobody cares. Nobody gives a flying about that Nobody cares. Yeah. So now we have to wait another hour and a half until news, but I probably won't be sticking around for that. But what was I going to say? Where was I going? Yeah, the whole auto liquidate feature, the whole it can't go any lower. Oh, the whole winning thing versus losing thing. Here's the thing, and I talk about this in my psychology webinar. That comes out in 30 minutes? No. There's nothing coming out at 9. What are you talking about? It comes out at 10. Crazy. University of Michigan is not until 10. Right now, it is 8:30, so we got an hour and a half, my friend. Yeah, price action is awful, so I'm not going to be trading this. Like I said earlier, look at this. We are no trades, but we'll keep the chart up here. Yeah, 9 Central, 10 Eastern, yada, yada, yada. Top Step X shows it at 9. Well, they're wrong. 9 Central is when it's coming out, 10 Eastern. Right now, it is, 7:30 Central. So, yeah, still hour and a half away. Here, I'm going to check just in case. Yep, still there, 10 a.m. Okay. But yeah, so like here's one of the things I talk about in my psychology webinar is when you're in a winning trade, you're just like you're so quick to take it off, but when you're in a losing trade, you have all the confidence in the world to get back to even. And it's crazy because it's like if you kind of flip that thinking on its head, you know, you can look at it and you could say, if I have all this confidence when the market's going against me, and I'm just wanting it to go back to go even, and you're willing to take heat, kind of like invert your thinking on that. And so when you're in a winning trade, just move your stop and say to the market, say, I dare you to come and get my stop. You're in the profit. Ignore that. I mean, it's a tall order for newer traders. When you get enough wins under your belt along with enough losses, you just kind of stop caring a little bit. You stop caring about the result of every single little trade. And I don't mean little in size, but like every single action that is a trade. You're just like, dude, whatever. I don't care. It's a trade. I'm going to have a bunch of these things. And so if you can have that same type of thinking, think about that energy that you have when you're in a trade and it's going against you. You start bargaining and all of this stuff. You start saying, okay, well, I'm already here. I'll let the market get back to me, right? I'll let the market come back up. And sometimes you get paid out for that, right? Sometimes it works. Sometimes you're completely wrong. You're totally busted on one. I remember one, I was in a small cap and I was unrealized like 280 grand or something like that. This is back in COVID days where it's just like the swings were much larger. Like $100,000 in a small cap was not that big of a deal. So I was down like 280 grand and I did the same thing, bargaining. I wasn't like adding. But then it came back up. I ended up making like 40 grand on the day. And if I would have held my original position, because I got out because I was like so stressed out from it, because I was just like, dude, this is like ridiculous. It was just kept dumping. And it was like somebody that was shorting the ever-loving out of this thing, right? It was crazy. And I kept on getting bled out. And then finally I just kept holding. I had like 30,000, 40,000 shares of this thing. And I ended up getting out with like, I don't know, 40 to 70K in the profit. But if I would have held, I would have made like $400,000 on this thing. I just remember I was like, dude, all right. You're willing to hold this thing 280K in the red, but then you're not willing to hold this thing 400K in the profit. Like, you're such a moron. Like, you're such an idiot, right? So that was one of the things that taught me to kind of go through that situation where it's like, dude, if you're willing to have the energy where you're holding this thing that much in the red, the moment it gets green, stop thinking take it as a new trade, right? The moment it goes green, just pretend you put on the trade. And then let's look at what's happening with the order flow and the price action. From that point on, the rejection off of the lows, because the lowest point in that trade, I was down 280. The lowest point in that trade, it should have been obvious like how heavily people were buying this. Like people were covering shorts, and then those shorts turned into momentum buying, and it just rallied and rallied and rallied. It started halting on the way up because it was just moving so fast. And I should have kept that trade on. And it was just like, that was like one of the most profound moments at the time where I was thinking about, it was a big money swing, but I was like, why? Like, I took it off because of my emotions. I didn't take it off because of the technical trade. I didn't take it off for any other reason, for the fact that I was living in my own head in this trade. Do you think that there's anybody outside of me knew that I was down 280 and then now I'm up 40 or 70, right? I got to go back and look at the trade report on this one, but let's just say 70. I was up 70. So I went from being down 280 to up 70. And the only reason I took it off, because this thing was ripping and ripping and ripping. And I literally dumped all of my shares into the offer. I just put all of my shares in the offer, and there was like, and they just took it like that. Like if you've ever traded on DAS, you see your shares like ticking down. And I had 40 in the offer, 40K shares in the offer. And it was just like, and they just took it all. And I was like, like the moment that they took it, I was like, I just kind of want to get back in. And then it's racing and you just can't get back in. And, at the end of the day, it closed high too. It actually closed like high of day. And I'm just like, dude, if I would have kept this on, it's like a $400,000 trade, which was, just a decent size even during COVID. And it's just like, wow, if I would have just kept this trade on, and why did I take it off? And I think about this trade all the time as like my biggest lesson. And it wasn't because of the size or anything. It was just this lesson of like, you have to learn to be like, in the trade idea that you have, it should not be dictated by what happened with your P&L. It should be dictated by what's actually happening with the price or the technicals or the news or whatever it was. What was the ticker? I don't know. It was, I'm trying to think. It was like I want to see it was, I have to check. Trying to remember. I'm trying to rack my brain. Maybe it was Clover Health. It was like a huge dump in the morning, and I was long, and I didn't like keep adding or anything. I just like held my position. I think it was Clover Health. I think it was CLOV. Pretty sure it had like a massive dump. I was like 280K unrealized in the red. And then it was like, I got up to like 70K realized, and I was like, I'm out. And then it just kept on going and going and going. It was like ridiculous, But it was like so stupid, because it's like, dude, like you just walked away from free money because it's like, why? Because you're sitting there and sweat. Like I was physically sweating being down. I was like sweating, and it's like your heart's racing. COVID was a different time. If you traded during COVID, that was a different time. That was all the excitement that you needed. That was like the most action ever. I swear to God, like I would send people, like I had trading buddies that I would send like my heart rate monitor to on my watch. Like my BPMs would be like 140 plus on like big days, on like crazy days. And that was during the time when I had my big old 7-figure loss, my massive loss, where I was like short, just shorting into this thing running. And then finally at the top, I capitulate, and I'm like, I'm going to go long up here. And then it goes, little double dip straight to the face. It was ridiculous. It was so stupid. But anyway, that's off on a tangent here, but it's there's a lot to learn from this. There's a lot to unpack, and it's like, stop paying attention to what your P&L is. Pay attention to what the technical setup is. Pay attention to what the trade is that you have on, and stop trying to get out of these trades early when they start to work for you. And the way that you can do this very easily is that before you put on any single trade, have everything kind of planned out. We're talking about this when I was on with Dakota on Tuesday. If this, then that, right? If this happens, then we do that. If this happens, then we do that. And this is where we were having like, not this week, but last week when we were talking about the trades that we were taking with Hoagland, where I was like, okay, if it does this, add 10 here. If it does this, add 5 here, or whatever the case. And we had a beautiful trade. There's a $20,000 trade on the house account. It's beautiful, beautiful trade. And so have that planned out when you're going to be taking a trade, so you're not sitting there and you're up profit and you're saying, well, where am I supposed to take my profit off? Well, have that all kind of planned out and stop moving your stop so quick. Like, relax. The market's going to move up and down. Markets rarely move in straight lines. Like, let's take this, for instance. Okay, I'm going to go into the 10-second chart so we can get nitty gritty here. But look at this. Let's say you're short, right? You're short and you got this beautiful entry wicked in right here. It starts to go down, right? And then you're moving your stop to like right here and it goes and pops up and then you get stopped out. Well, this is a 10-second chart. Look at this. You're already down here now and it's starting to fail. You don't want to miss all this juice, do you? Like, if your stop is right here, leave your stop and let it work. Once it breaks this level, maybe you move your stop to here. But like, let it work, boo-boo. Get that juice, right? Get the juice out of your trade. Like, you set up for this thing. You set it up all properly. And here's the difference between the newbie trader who's like 5 years or less in their journey and the trader that knows what they're doing. Is the trader that puts on this trade, they put their stop right here and they don't care about this because they know that markets don't move in straight lines. Here's a straight line to the downside and you're in the profit now. Speaking of, by the way, did anybody catch that short? Anybody catch that short? But you see what I'm saying is, like, if you can frame your mindset where you don't really care about like, oh, I'm not a scared trader. I've been through this game a lot of times. If it comes back up right here, I was in the profit. Comes back up and stops me out here because that's where my stop was planned. Well, then who cares, right? Who cares? Oh, it stopped me out. Oh, it's a trade idea. It didn't work. And then it goes and it does that thing. Oh, okay. Oh, well, that sucks. But that trader is also going to be that person who gets this exact trade where it pops back up and they're going, well, I'm only a little bit in the profit now. I want to make sure that I don't get stopped out here. So I'm just going to exit right here. Now you miss all the juice, right? You miss all that juice to the downside. You don't want to be that person. Be the person who shows up. Be like a Florida orange and just have all the juice. Get all that juice right there. That's how you should be looking at it, right? Don't be scared. Just let it happen. Let all those good things happen. Let it all come to you, right? Let it all come to you. And we are still coming down here, by the way. And this is on no news. Let's go and see if there's anything technical. Wow, yeah. Holy barcodes, Batman. Yeah, it's no good. Let's get some likes up. I'd like to do some giveaways. I'm still not feeling any trades here, even though we are coming down a little bit here. We're kind of painting around in the S&P. We're at the end of August sort of area of the market in the S&P. So if we are going to reject off of that, I could see us getting a leg to the downside, right? What platform would you recommend for a new trader? Top Step X, baby. Top Step X. When did you move to prop firms, Rips? July 2023. Well, that was Top Step. I traded on Apex like a month before that. The only reason why was because we were trading options in the Clubhouse and everybody loved it. And we were very profitable on the year. But then everybody's like, oh, these prop firms. I was like, okay, yeah. I mean, we could take the same strategy that we're trading because we're trading SPY 0 DTs, momentum trading them. And plus, like, market makers were starting to like get very tight on their prices and the spreads were awful. And so then we switched over to prop firms because the vote in the room was like, we got to trade prop firms. So yeah, that's about a year's time there, Rupert. About a year's time. What platform do you recommend? Yeah, Top Step X. Top Step X. And you can get that for freezies when you sign up for Top Step there. The juice is rare, though. Typically, it goes up and takes them out. Yeah, with that attitude, yeah, it can. It very well can. Coming into that 408 level there. Out $661 on my last one. Otter, yo, take that payout, baby. That's what I'm talking about there. Done on that flush, $1,000. Thank you there. Thank you for sharing that. That's a beautiful, beautiful thing. Feels so much better looking at the 15-minute frame. Yeah, it's a lot better to see the structure there. You were there. Yeah, Trader Page, you're an OG. Options plays. Yeah, those are fun days. I mean, those are fun days. It's a lot of fun. The market makers, I'm telling you, market makers in the options chain were it just sucked. It got pretty garbage after a while. The spread started to really suck. It was just like, I think it was just like a lack of participation, but it was just not as good as it was like We were hammering it at the beginning of the year. We had some huge months, but then it was just like, whatever. How to get the VWAP on tops of X? There's just an indicator for VWAP, right? How to avoid the noise from liquidity providers in OB. OB. I'm not sure what OB is. Open something. Hey, Rips, your level's coming to tops of X. Enjoy your insights. I'm not sure. Maybe. Export prices. Yep. The import-export price is just not that big of a deal. And the order book. I mean, there's a plugin for Bookmap that you can have, but time and experience. You have to understand what's real liquidity and what's fake liquidity, and you never know until it's touched, but you can kind of get an idea. We are bouncing pretty heavily here. There's a big old bounce, 20-point bounce here. There's an anchored VWAP drawing tool as well on tops of X. There you go. Do we have pivot levels at tops of X? Maybe. Possibly. There's a lot of indicators for it. It's time to tap into the Rockies here. Did we get those likes up? I'd like to do a poll, and I'd like to do some giveaways since I'm not really keen on trading into this price action right now. Also have had this XFA for 20 days. Yo, nice job. Slow and steady, right, JK? Is that what you're doing? Just try to remove from my mind values moving with the price. Yeah, the good way to do that too is you can change it from currency to points or ticks. That also helps out quite a bit. Rips, how come I only see 10 levels on the order book and sometimes 100 on y'all's screen? I pay for it. I pay for the full market order book. There's a package that you can have that has the entire depth of the market. So full depth versus just 10 levels. Hey, Rips, I have a problem. Please advise. I trade well and profitable on my private account, but when I go get into prop firm, I fail dismally. But what is the failure point? There has to be something that sticks out. Do you not have enough liquidity? Are you running into the area where you're maxing out on your contracts? Do you not have enough drawdown? What is the actual reason? They had pivot points for about a month and it disappeared. I'm sure it'll come back, especially if you put it in the Top Step feature request, Top Step X feature request. It should be there. All right, let's see here. We are currently at, as far as likes go, 401 likes. Let's get to 500. We'll do a poll, and then 800 likes. We'll do a giveaway for either free monthly Clubhouse or Top Step Combine. You folks choose. Rips, you need old beer commercial when you open the can. Yeah, I know. We need. It's like the FedEx story. Somebody's messaged me like, tell the FedEx story. Tell the FedEx story again. It only works one time. Top Step needs to provide level 2 data free with 150K. I don't think they ever will because they're passing the cost off to you. If you want level 2 data, you got to pay for it. It's never going to be free. I mean, look, when I was trading small caps across the board for all of my data, all of my stuff, Bookmap, eSignal, the scanners, good golly. I mean, it's expensive. I was thinking it was paying like something like over $2,000 a month for all my bells and whissies. I'm not even kidding. Like maybe even more. Maybe it's like $3K a month. But like you got to pay to play this game. This is not a cheap game. Prop firms make it extra cheap. But like to ask for like an extra $39 a month for level 2, come on. It ain't that bad. FTT gives free Bookmap sub to, I don't know about them. I don't use them. Cost of running a business. Yeah, you got to look at this like the cost of running a business. I mean, trading ain't cheap. It's never going to be cheap. If you're looking for something cheap, it ain't trading. It's never going to be. Quotrek days. I don't remember Quotrek. I'm trying to remember that. Yeah, I don't remember that one. How many screens do you have? How's your setup? I guess I could post it again. It always gets a good response when I post it, but I'll post it again. Anybody get their iPhone pre-order in, by the way? Just open up my phone. I got mine for next week's delivery. I'm getting the exact same phone that I have right now. Going from the 15 Pro Max to the 16 Pro Max. And the only reason I'm doing that is because of content creation. That's it. If you have the 15 Pro Max, you certainly don't need this new one. Definitely do not need this new one. What was I just going to look up? What did I have my phone in my hand for? This is how tired I am right now, by the way. Oh, yeah, it is a slightly bigger screen. My bad. You're right. It is slightly bigger. Same phone, new name. Oh, yeah, setup. Thank you. Okay, I'm going to post this right now. Sorry. I opened up my phone. I saw the iPhone. I'm like, squirrel. All right, let's see here. Let's post this bad dogger. It's going to go on my Instagram story. So there you go. It's on my Instagram story. It's an old picture, but it's on my Instagram story now. If you want to hold on, wait for it, and post it. There you go. So if you want to see my setup that I use, it's 3 screens. I have a 49-inch super ultra wide by Samsung up top. Down below, a 57-inch super ultra wide from Samsung. To my left over here is a 32-inch 4K Dell 144 hertz. So I'm running right now across the board 120 hertz, 120 hertz, and 144 hertz. When the 5090 comes out, the RTX 5090 comes out, the 57-inch will run at 240 hertz. The 49-inch will run at 240 hertz. And I'll probably get a 240 hertz over here too. But right now I have an RTX 4090 and it doesn't run the 57-inch at 240 hertz. I know. Wah, big deal. But it's a beast. So I have the XR. What was the XR? I don't know if I remember that. The 10R, iPhone 10R. You do any gaming? I used to do a lot of gaming, but now it's just, I'm older. I don't really have any time. I really don't. If I have free time, I'm playing poker, usually, especially now that I'm here in Vegas. It may have changed, but when I was using MotiveWave as a platform for top stuff, I had full market depth. Yeah, I don't know about that. What are the specs on the PC? 14900K Intel chip, RTX 4090 for the GPU, 128 gigs of DDR5 that's at like 5800 megahertz, and SSDs and M2. That's it. How's your GPU temp? Let me see. Pretty low, very low actually. Let me see. GPU temp right here and now is 48 degrees Celsius. Nope, sorry, 45 degrees Celsius, 45. Poker pays much better than gaming. I say so. Yeah, bet on a heater. Should do a vlog, a poker session. I'm going to be playing on some poker streams. So you folks who watch like Hustler Casino Live or Live at the Bike back in the day, or what is the Texas one? The Lodge. Also on Poker Go, they have some streams. I'm going to be playing on some of those streams in the next few months. So if you are curious about how I play poker, that's going to be on those. Do you have any recommended laptop for trading? Yeah. If you have the cash to spend, get a Razer and get the Razer Blade 16. That's the hot ticket. It's a little bit, it's not super portable because the fan and everything. If you don't want to spend a bunch of money, get the Dell XPS. Hi, Rips, would you smoke so-and-so in poker? I am open to challenge anybody heads up in poker. If anybody ever wants to challenge me heads up in poker, I will do a 250K challenge for anybody who wants to challenge me in heads up poker. Rips, you should stream to Twitch too. You pick up loads of viewers. I've thought about doing multi-streaming, but it feels like a lot to handle. It's already a lot to do, like Instagram and YouTube and Twitter. It's a lot. Rips, we're going to see your studio tour. I mean, if you want to see stuff, it's all posted on Instagram, which, by the way, social. I think this is, or socials. I think this is, Nightbot will do something for that. Nightbot, do it. Have I ever been on Hustlers? No. I just don't like California anymore. I don't want to go to LA. Yeah, 25, 50 cent, $1. Nah, I'm good on that. Ever play Bilzerian? Yeah. Get MSI stuff. It's thin. Yeah, MSI makes good laptops too. What poker skill helps you the most in your trading? I think trading helps poker more than poker helps trading, but they're very, very similar. Very, very similar. Do you actually see a difference between 120 and 240 hertz in trading than 60? 60 and 120, yes. 120 and 240, not really. But 60 and 120, oh yeah. I mean, I can definitely notice a difference. 60 and 120 is a big jump. Do you have a travel trade setup you use? I just have a laptop. I don't have like all the fancy pants stuff because I don't really do that much traveling anymore. So no. I had like one of those little screen things that broke. I had like it was an Asus, like miniature 4K screen. I had that as a second monitor. I put Bookmap on that thing, but no big deal. Why'd you move from small caps into futures? Small caps kind of died out. Small caps, the opportunities in the way that I would trade them kind of died out. And it used to be very easy pickings. That's why you saw a lot of people who were like, I'm a trader. And then they disappeared after 2 years because they have no idea what they're doing. Because basically, like, here's how easy small caps used to be. You wake up in the morning, there's literally 20 tickers that are all going straight up. And all these big brain people who thought they were like geniuses were like, okay, I'm going to short these things. And it's like, well, no you're going to short them. There's 20 names, 20 tickers that are going straight up. There's not enough volume in the market that can support these things continuing to go up. So of course you short them. It's the easiest friggin' thing in the world. Like, and all these smooth brain morons were like, I'm a trader. And it's like, it's literally the easiest thing on the planet. Like, there's 20 names that have no reason being up. Of course you short these things. And all of that opportunity started to die out. And then these people tried to, like, they had no skills in reading order books or understanding technical analysis or understanding like how to read filings or anything. Like, the small cap audience went from like huge to like nothing because all of these people were so stupid, like really stupid people, like moronic, like terribly bad traders, like the worst of the worst. And they all thought they were geniuses because it's like, I'm going to short this thing. And they'd come up with reasons of why they're shorting it, which were all just a bunch of bull. But it's just like, yeah, dude, when there's 20 names that are all up for nothing, of course you short any one of them, you're going to look like a genius because of course it goes down because that's how, this is how an auction works. Of course, nobody's going to be continuing to buy a ticker that's like a 20-cent ticker at $25. Wow, you're a genius. Tell us how you really feel. I can't stand small cap traders, dude. I'm telling you, they're a special breed, except for the ones that are still around that are doing successfully today. But the small cap traders 2 years ago, very special breed. A lot of misplaced confidence in that crowd. And thankfully, they're all gone now and they went back to their jobs at Starbucks and McDonald's. No shade to people who are working at Starbucks and McDonald's, by the way. But thankfully, they're all back there. I see them from time to time going through the Starbucks drive-thru. I say, iced latte, don't forget the sugar-free vanilla syrup. And they're like, yes, sir. And I'm like, oh, I remember you. You were that guy who was shorting stuff, weren't you? I'm a genius. Anyway, God bless their hearts. They're doing the Lord's work. Yeah, no, I mean, there's, do whatever floats your boat, do whatever floats your boat. But yeah, there's still nothing really going on in the market today. Still nothing really going on. RIP California, once a great state, now a dump. I loved California. I used to love that place, but now it's like you couldn't pay me to go back there. You literally couldn't pay me to go back there. It's like, it's nutso. It's crazy what happened to that state. It's literally, and I feel bad for anybody who still lives there. I have tons of friends who still live in California, and like it's just woof. Hey, you want to come visit us? Nope. I'm good. I don't want to get shot. It just doesn't feel safe there anymore. It really doesn't feel safe. Like, I wanted to not get, I mean, if my wife would go and run errands or anything, like, it's like, all right, good luck, honey. What about blading traders who stream? Yeah. So true, though. Used to hear a lot about small caps. Now the chatter is so low, it's not even funny. The ones who thought the market was hot, they're waiting. Yeah, and it's so funny, too. Like, there was like a 2-year period of denial that these small cap traders were all in. They're like, whoa, the market's going to heat up again. It's like, dude, you don't even know how to trade. Like, you felt like a genius because you're shorting, again, like, if there's 50 tickers that all go up and they all have no reason to be up, guess what? The odds are in your favor that most of them are going to go back down. And they all thought, they're like, well, if you look at this, this is why it's short. It's like, no, it's short because there's literally nobody buying it anymore. You're a moron. Crazy. It's like people who are like still waiting for AMC, the AMC apes. I'm sorry. I'm catching strays this morning. I'm sorry if I'm tagging your group or anything, but like the AMC apes, The people who are like, I guarantee you there's people who are still holding like, God, what was it? Like Sundial, or what was the one that ZM pumped a bunch? Like there's people that are still holding these names, like people who still have like hundreds of thousands of shares in these names that are trading like either like about to be delisted or not. Yeah, AMC apes. Those people who are like, GME's back. It's like, dude, that's not how it works. It's so diluted now. It's like not how it works. Like Adam Aaron, biggest scumbag on the planet. Genius, yeah, GNUS, genius. Oh, dude, the XRP army. They're rallying again because Grayscale is talking about doing an XRP ETF, I think, if that's not fake news. Anybody hear about that one? XRP. I actually get this. My wife and I, because I got her into crypto, this is back in like 2015. We had XRP at like 0.000000006. And she made like 100 grand on it, buying like $600 worth of it. She made like 100 grand on it. Back in like 2015, we sold it in like 2016, 2017. Maybe she sold in like 2018 or something like that. But yeah, this is like crazy. People are still holding that and be like, dude, it's the future. I always troll people who like are at the poker table. They're like, hey, you want to trade some stuff for Bitcoin? And like people are doing Bitcoin transactions. It's like 2 hours later, they're like, still waiting for my confirmation. I'm like, dude, that's crazy. I could have just sent you PayPal. No, you don't understand. Bitcoin's the future. You can transfer money between two phones. I'm like, oh, you mean like PayPal? You mean like Venmo? Well, the banks track you. It's like, buddy, you use an iPhone, right? You're worried about the bank tracking you? You use an iPhone, right? Okay, just making sure. You use a credit card for all of your other transactions? You worried about your bank tracking you? Uh-huh. Okay. How's that transaction go? Well, we're 4 hours in. I'm still waiting for my third confirmation here. Okay. I'm debanked. Like, people are crazy. They have like selective memory for what they want to remember. They're like on their iPhone. I'm worried about being tracked. My bank is tracking me. Yeah, the transactions are a public ledger. It's like, nah, dude. Everybody can track your transactions. It's like crazy. Sorry, everybody's catching strays this morning. Sorry. Little Steg says, I talked to my phone from my CIA agent to stay entertained. You ever get a text late at night from the FBI? They're like, what was that? Oh, man. XRP, yeah. I made a couple bucks from it. I would never be holding it. I was during the I missed the whole, what is it? Not the NFT. I wasn't any part of the NFT stuff, but I was the ICO stuff. That's dating me. Like I was buying Ethereum back when it was low double digits, single digits. I got some I have a receipt from buying Ethereum at like $8. Bought a bunch at 12, bought a bunch at like in the 20s. I sold a lot of Ethereum at like 120, 140 bucks. I did not hold to the 5,000s. Everybody's like, wow, if you bought Ethereum at $8, you must have billions of dollars from that. It's like, no, I didn't hold the 5,000. What are you, nuts? I was punching my ticket. I was straight the out at like 120, 140. I was punching my ticket. I was like, this is never going higher than that. Everyone's like, oh, you must have so much money if you bought Ethereum at $8. I was like, yeah, right, dude. Do you think I was holding? See, like $200. You're like, I'm fully out now. I think I was fully out at like $200-$300. Did I ever do mining rigs? No, but I know friends that did. I had a friend that started doing a massive mining operation in Bitcoin. I don't want to dox them though, so I'm not going to give too many details, but they did a massive Bitcoin mining thing when we were buying Bitcoin at like $900, and they were mining Bitcoin from $900 all the way through COVID and everything. So they don't really have to worry about money anymore. Should have kept a runner. Yeah, it's not how you think, especially when you're buying at 8 and 12 and 20 and it's at $200. You're like, yeah, I'm good. And this is like, I got to look at my wallet, but like, I don't know, 2017, 2018 was probably when I was all out. But I was big on the ICOs. It was funny too, because ICOs, I was firing in like 60 to 100K at a time, whatever the equivalent was at the time, whatever Ethereum was trading at. I was big into the ICOs, and I'd be like 60K in this one, 100K in this one, whatever. It's all going up. And then, yeah, ICOs just, if you ever were one of those people who was around at that time. ICOs were good times. ICOs were a fast track way. You remember all we're going to do the what was it? The crypto credit cards, all of those. I forget what the names were. Crypto credit cards, those were ones that got me. 10X got me. There's another one like not Cardano, but something else. There was another card one that got me for like $250K. Now, BitConnect was after. That was like after. ICOs were pre-BitConnect. Trying to think of what. It's like something with a C. There's a card with a C that was like, one of those big ones. But yeah, NFTs were the new ICOs. Who bought BTC at 70K? A lot of bag holders, unfortunately. Sentra. Was it Sentra? Sentra was the card back in, I'm talking like 2016, 2017. Was it Sentra? Okay. Yeah, then that was the one. It was like these dudes from Florida and they're total scammers, like kids, right? Oh, good golly. That was good times. All right, let's run a poll. Let's run a poll in here. Yeah, from Florida. Shocker, right? All right, let's start a poll here. Will the NQ trade close above or below? Let's do 19,420. Blaze it. Wow, 19,420. Crazy. All right. Poll is started, ladies and gentlemen. We have 535 likes on the video right now. If we get up to 800, we're going to do a giveaway. That's my promise to you. 420, blaze it. Bought NVIDIA at 35 and AMD at 10. Dude, I had a lot of, that was crazy too. I had a lot of NVIDIA. A lot of NVIDIA, like pre all the splits and all the funsies. Like I had a lot of NVIDIA back when they were just a gaming graphics card company. And that's why I believed in them, because I was doing a lot of gaming at the time. But yeah, Sentra, good times, good old Sentra. 10X was another one that I was like heavily into. I think I was like into that one for like 150 or 200. Stupid, but it's all like, it was all just like fun times during that time. It was crazy. I made a lot of money during that crypto time, but it was like, if I would have held, I would have made a lot of money. Morning, Wotes. How you doing there, buddy? Good morning. Did well on NFTs in the beginning. Now I'm bag holding hundreds of them. Yeah. What do you mean? JPEGs don't have value? That's crazy. Bro, I bought Ethereum at 238, Bitcoin at 13K, not knowing anything, and then goofed up because I had no knowledge at all. Just don't just do it to do it unless you know how to do it. Yeah, I agree with you. Doing great. Tough day yesterday, but getting back on the horse. Good for you for showing up here. Tough was yesterday. That washing machine off the open was nasty. I'm so happy that I was able to come out of that wash alive. Anything looks interesting to you before the open? Nope, it doesn't. Really doesn't. Microsoft is down. I'm sorry, Meta is down off these highs. Microsoft is just diddling in the middle. The names that are doing nothing right now: Tesla, Nvidia, Amazon, Microsoft, Google. Apple's kind of doing something, but not really. And then Meta's doing the most. So, do I like any of it? No. There was a time about 10 years ago, the move was to buy Tesla. Yeah, dude. So one of the wealthiest person, who's my friend, who I've known for 20 years now. I'm not going to get too into it, but yeah, he'll never have to do anything for the rest of his life, but one of the largest holders in Tesla. And he was telling me all the time, buy Tesla, buy Tesla, buy Tesla, buy Facebook, back when it was FB. I mean, which is not that long ago, but still. Buy Facebook, buy Tesla, and that's what he did. Imagine how he's sitting right now. His average cost basis, I think, in Tesla is like $1.82, and he's one of the largest shareholders in Tesla. So imagine what he's worth. Remember, I told my mom to buy AMD when it was $13. She didn't listen. Yeah, that happens. Came out yesterday baked. Well, hey, do what you got to do there, boo-boo. Still a great time to buy. People think Tesla's just a car company. It's not. Yeah, it's a big, they got a lot of data for AI. They know everything about the roads and cars and driving, and that's going to play into the future here for sure. when we have nothing but robo-taxis roaming around. There's going to be a time and place where people are like, Grandpa, they used to let you guys drive cars? What? That's crazy. And people will be like, yeah, that was nuts. I can't believe they let people operate automobiles on the highway going at high speeds. That's crazy. They trusted you people to do that? I think that'll be in our lifetime. Does your friend sell premium on his Tesla shares? I don't think so. He got plenty. He doesn't need to. He's got so dang much money. I mean, yeah, I'm not going to get into it too much, but yeah, he doesn't have to do anything. Remember when I was younger, a friend of mine told me to buy Amazon at 100, too bad I was broke at the time. Yeah. I wonder what that would be now. What's $100 back then? What's the equivalent of the share price now? Like $10 or $1, somewhere in that range, right? I know where the warehouse studio Tesla faked the car in space thing at. Oh, there you go. Get him, Richard. Up a G-Bird on that violent sell-off. Nice, Rayland. Love seeing you up a G-Bird. Rips, doesn't Russell have less flushy, spiky moves like ES and NQ had yesterday? It depends. I mean, when there's clean moves in the Russell's tracks is the small caps, the Russell 2000. When there's like healthy moves in that, yeah, you can get that. It could still be a little bit volatile. Some people only trade the Russell. I'm not one of those people. Russell can give you good opportunities. You just have to you got to know the instrument. How do you do that? Play it every day. Maybe you can play heads up with him. With who? Who did I miss? Let's see. With my rich friend. Yeah, I mean, the stakes to him would be like less than a penny. less than a penny. Like less than a... like it would be literally nothing to the guy. And also know the island NASA uses the film in Mars rover bids. Yeah, there you go, Richard. You work for NASA. That's amazing. What's your risk to reward? It depends on the trade. I try to shoot for 2-to-1. Does it always happen? No. Sometimes we go over that. Sometimes we go under that. Let's see. What did I miss here? Bet Elon puts a Tesla on Mars the next decade? Maybe. I mean, in the next decade, I would say maybe sooner than that. Maybe. We sent a rover to Mars. But Richard disagrees with that. Don't forget. Play heads up against Doug Polk, stream live at the lodge. I've played against Doug Polk. He's beat the crap out of me. I don't think I've ever won against Doug. Not once. He's a fantastic player. I don't know. I haven't played him in it was like, how long ago was that I actually played? Let me see. Last time I played Doug was... It's actually popped up in my phone for some reason. I think because I was searching poker. Let's see. Last time I played Doug was... It was... Hold on. Right here. 2016. So that is 8 years ago. Yeah. 8 years ago is the last time I played Doug. Long time. Long time. Ever play Phil Ivey at the Hustler? No. I played against Phil Ivey. Wait, hold on. I don't think I've actually played against Phil Ivey. I've played against Phil Locke recently, but no, Phil Ivey I don't think I've actually ever played against. Yeah, I've never been in a game with Ivey. You travel around the world to play poker? No. Right here in Vegas is good games. The best games right now are in LA, private cash games in LA, but we got some good games here in Vegas. Today, if you're here in Vegas, I'm playing at the Bellagio today at 10 a.m. Vegas time. That's where I'm going to be. Playing a new game that I got invited to. And then after that, going to John George's. If you want to stalk me, going to John George's. Show up and say what's up. And then after that, probably either going to bed or playing at the Wynn. Definitely playing at the Wynn tomorrow. Have you ever met Mickey Mays? No. I don't think that guy is a legitimate person. I think that person is a trust fund scammer. Their money comes from a trust fund, and I think they got lucky and they tried to use that. I don't think they have any sort of edge. They're not banned from any casinos because they gamble in casinos all the time, but what do I know? I don't know that person at all. So that's just my 2 cents. Daniel Negreanu. Have I played at a table with Dean Eggs? Don't think so. I think he's another one that I haven't played with. I'm thinking. No, I mean, nothing notable. Nothing's coming to my mind, so probably not. Friday the 13th, be careful. That's right. Dan Blazarian is a cool guy. I enjoy hanging out with him. He's a cool guy. Haven't hung out with him a long time, but he's a cool guy. He's not like what you'd think. Have I seen Vegas Matt? Yes, I have seen Vegas Matt. We were at, my wife and I were at dinner, and we were randomly walking out. We walked past the high limit slots area, and he was filming a video. And didn't say what's up to him or anything, but it was just kind of a funny thing, right? Mickey's the real deal? I don't think so. Yeah, I don't think so. Do you recommend living in Vegas? If you don't drink, you don't party, and you play poker, I think it's a great place to live. If you don't drink, you don't party, you love food, great place to live. If you drink and you party, I think you could get chewed up in this town. I really think you would. Have I played with Neymar or Ronaldo? No. Play poker against Magnus? No. Your wife cool with you hanging out with Bill Zarian? We were actually on a boat together. My wife and I and Blitz, and yeah. Her opinion, I mean, she thought it was like funny. Like whatever. I'm not gonna. Yeah, it was good times. Good times. Play around with Mickey and give us a scoop. He's legit or not. He doesn't play poker. He's baccarat, and he takes other people's money and gambles with it. As far as I know. I don't know enough. I have no idea. I have absolutely no idea. It seems we are several traders with poker backgrounds. Yeah, I feel like trading and poker goes hand in hand. It really does. Biggest celebrity you've met? I don't know. I'm not that person. Like, I don't really care all that much. Like, I don't really care about that kind of stuff. I lived in LA for a while. I know a lot of those people. Like, I don't know. Do the math. I don't know, like, biggest celebrity. I don't really care about them. Like, they're just people, you know? They're people living their lives. Do you play differently in cash versus tourneys? I don't enjoy playing tournaments. I love playing cash. Tournaments are kind of annoying. Played a couple tournaments when I first moved here to Vegas, and it's just kind of like, it's just a grind, you know? Pre-market thoughts. I'm not seeing anything I like yet. We got 14 minutes until the open. I'd love to do a giveaway. If we get 190 more likes, we're going to do a giveaway. So just reach down, tap that like button. We can do a giveaway, and we can move on. Thanks for being a genuine everyday and actually being a real human. Tough to find on YouTube. Yeah, those silly AI people. No. I keep it real. You know, it's just me. Just a dude who presses buttons. That's all I do. Drink Celsius, press buttons. I almost stopped playing poker since I discovered trading. I mean, it depends. Like, I've played lower stakes of poker. When I first started playing poker, it's a completely different thing. Money means different things at different stages of your life. I started playing poker a very long time ago when I was younger. I would never want to be playing those stakes today. It's like there's people that are stuck at those stakes for the rest of their lives, and it's a nightmare. Because it's just like, listen, when you're playing for, like, if you put somebody to the test for like an all-in and it's $1,000, $1,000 generally is not going to change somebody's life. But if you put somebody to the test for $200,000 or $1 million, that is like, okay, you can feel that. I don't care how wealthy you are. You're going to feel $1 million. It's going to sting. You're going to feel that. You lose $1 million. Somebody puts you to the test. You got $1 million in front of you. They put you to the test for that whole stack of $1 million. Even if you're a wild card, like, you're still going to feel $1 million. Hey, Rips, I've been watching YouTube past 6 months. You're one of the legitimate traders on YouTube. God bless you. Thank you, Praveen. Thank you. I try to keep it authentic here. I'll show you the trade the moment it goes on, the moment it goes off. I'm not going to hide it from you because I have some ego to feed. Like, I don't care. I'll lose all the time. I mean, go back and watch my streams where I lose, look like a knucklehead, have the complete wrong read on the market. That's trading. Let's see here. You reckon you earned from poker or trading? I've earned from both. Of course I've earned from both. All-time up or down in poker? Way up. Way up. Having to tell the missus you lost $1 million. I mean, she was there for my biggest losing day in trading. I've never really had any like crazy, like outsized losses in poker, like crazy, like I've had bad losing sessions. but like nothing like crazy. My worst losing session in the last 38 sessions. So I've had 2 losing sessions, the last 38 sessions of poker. My biggest one was like 70,000, 65,000, 70,000, 65. It was 65. But I was stuck 100 that day. But I ended up winning like a few hands right before we finished up. And it's not fun, but I came home, told the wife, I was like, yeah, lost 65 today. She's like, well, you've been doing so well. You got this. That's the wife you want right there. That's the wife you want there. That's how you know. That's how you know you picked the, you got lucky. You got lucky right there. Do you ever play against the house? I used to gamble a lot. I used to gamble a lot of baccarat. Used to gamble a lot of blackjack. I used to bet sports very heavily. But I don't really enjoy gambling anymore. Like I walk by like a blackjack table and I'm, I got money in my pocket and I'm like, I don't really care. Like mathematically, I'm set to lose. Like even like, and I tell this to my wife, I'm just like, even if we won like 10 grand right now, would that, like, who cares? Like, it's not going to do anything. And then that'd probably get me playing again, like playing, like, I couldn't care less to gamble right now. Like, I walk by tables every single day on the way to the poker table. I have no urge to ever fire off a bet, even if I'm on tilt. Like, people who tilt at the poker table will sometimes pick up and then go play baccarat. They'll leave their chips there. They have baccarat chips in their bag. And they'll go play baccarat. And like, let's say they're stuck like 50 grand. They'll go firing like 10K hands in baccarat, like hoping to make back the 50 grand they just lost in poker. That's a dangerous game. That's a slippery slope. You don't want to be that person. How long have you been married? Long time. Probably lost too much winning hands at Showdown. What do you mean? Question. I've set Trading View up for the Top Step futures, but the price is slightly different. I'm guessing because Top Step is on September contracts. Yeah. Well, no. So like, depends on what you're trading. Depends. Like if you're trading gold, you're going to have different contracts, but you can select in Trading View the exact contract. I'll show you how. So like NQ right here. Go to NQ, click this arrow. Boop. I can go and look at what December's doing right now. There's the December contract right there. All right. So just type it in GC. Okay. There's gold. Hit that arrow. Boop. I can select any contract I want. What's going on in the December 2025s? Nothing. So there you go. That's how you select whatever contract you want to pick. Used to watch my grandfather and his buddies play poker. When the intensity picked up, he would give me a few dollars to go buy some candy. Yeah, that's Grandpa's way of saying, get the out of here. Grandpa's about to win a stack. There's actually a lot of strategy in poker. No. Poker, I don't consider gambling whatsoever. I really don't. There's parts of poker that are gambling, but overall, is it a gambling activity? I say no. It is a skill-based game. It is a skill-based game, in my opinion. Everybody can disagree with me on that one, but I'll never change my opinion on that. It is a skill-based game. You have probabilistic odds to win a hand, and then furthermore, there's a whole nother level of poker where it's like you can represent a hand, and if you can convince the other person that you have that hand, you don't even have to have that hand, and you can create your own odds for having that hand as long as you can sell the story that you have that hand. Are there open poker tables I can just walk up to? Yeah, of course. Of course there are. Poker and futures are basically the same thing. They're very similar. Trading and poker are very, very similar. Crude oil only offers October onwards, but gold is fine, huh? Let's see. Crude, I can get. That's weird. Why can't we get? Maybe if you did like CLU4, CLU 2024. Yeah, there you go. CLU 2024. There you go. Crude September. Type in CLU 2024. There you go. Problem solved. Bing, bang, boom. There's two people who call trading gambling, people who don't trade, and losers. It's all probabilities, right? Think about it. Would you want to take a wager for $1,000 that you win 60% of the time? Yes, of course. Are you going to lose that wager? Yes, you're going to lose it 40% of the time. But over time, you're going to be a winner. Like, it's not that hard to figure out. So if you put yourself in a situation where you're going to win 60% of the time, and in trading, the difference is that you can control what your extension is on that. 3-1, 2-1, 10-1, whatever the case. And you can drop your win rate lower. It's all percentages. It's all math. You can play positioning, betting patterns, people, tendencies, stack size, amount of players on the table, and more. Exactly right. There's so much depth into poker, and that's what makes it so. It's mentally stimulating, very mentally stimulating. All right, last time I'm asking for likes here. We got to get to 800 likes. I don't know what to tell you folks. I've been trying here. 109 is the number. We got, I'll give you 2 more minutes to do it. Got to do it. Got to do it. Did you start with online or live poker? Live poker. And then I played a lot of online poker, but I started with live with a fake ID. What are the minimum amount of chips you can bring to the tables you play? 5K is the minimum buy-in for the game that I play. We had somebody who is in Clubhouse who's actually a semi-pro in poker came and played our game. They bought in for like 15 and they won. They won like 20K, 20,000. I didn't play much on Full Tilt, but I played a lot on Ultimate Bet and Stars. Ultimate Bet was my jam. I used to play a lot of heads up cash on Ultimate Bet. And I played 25-50 no limit Ultimate Bet heads up. It was sick. It was so fast. Like I loved that part of life. That was fun. Poker Stars, yeah, it was cool. It was good for tournaments. Cash was too slow. I loved the speed of Ultimate Bet. It was so snappy, so fast. If I went an MC membership today, it would turn from the best day of life to the best day of all. Oh, you're funny. No limit or pot limit? Well, we play a mixed game sometimes. I'm not a big fan of Omaha, but I'll play it. Pot limit is going to be pot limit Omaha, but we play no limit Hold'em. There's no cap on buy-in, so if you want to buy in for $1 million, go for it. Like yesterday, last night, we had about 500K on the table. It was a friggin' healthy game yesterday. I bought in for 10, 15, 20, somewhere in that range. I bought in for 20, cash out for 40. That's what it was yesterday. Yeah, bought in for 20, cash out for 40. Good game. I was up a little bit more at one point, but then I tried to make a play and gave a little bit off the top. How many players? We play 10-handed sometimes, but we had about 6 or 7-handed at one point. It was really good. I like playing 6-handed. It's nice to play a little bit short. Hand value is different. Get more action. But where it really gets lively, we play the stand-up or nit game, and that's where it gets super lively. And we were only doing $200 a person for that, which is like nothing, but it got super lively. It was insane. The game was sick. The game was really, really sick. I had a 40K pot, all in queen 10 suited pre-flop. Dude actually called. I was like trying to get him to fold. He called with king jack. I ran it twice. I hit the first board. He hit the second board. Crazy hand. Where can I learn how to play poker the proper way and play it virtually with no risk too? I mean, there's play money games, but nobody values play money. So I don't know. It's one of those things where it's like, you got to play for real. It's going to be expensive. Am I still using Ninja Trader? Yeah, right there. There it is. That's the one. People I know that call trading gambling also call their system for blackjack and roulette having an edge. All right, folks, I gave you 3 extra minutes. We still didn't hit it on the likes. So hope you all have a great weekend out there. Really appreciate you tuning in. I'm going to continue streaming here in the Clubhouse. Really appreciate you folks. If you want to play along this weekend, I'll be on Instagram. And if you're in Vegas, hit me up. Hit me up in the DMs. We'll hang out. All right, everybody, take care. I'll see you bright and early on Monday. Have a great weekend. Take care. Bye-bye.